when learning to kill, remember safety first.
Just say whenever you're ready.
Yeah, go for it.
On this episode, I'm going to show you the combat and law enforcement applications of the Karambit. So what's important about this situation is that you train and you practice with this so that if something like this does happen, you can quickly, easily deploy your knife and you can get rid of this guy that's trying to take your life. So I've had this knife for about 18 hours. I've been training with it lots, getting used to it. So right now I'm gonna do what I just showed you guys in real speed. And you guys can see what kind of combat applications this really does have. All right. So this may not have been the best demonstration of this use, but like I said, I've only had this thing for a few hours. We've only just practiced this a couple times now. If you train, you're gonna get really good at it and you're not gonna have to lose your weapon or your life.
He goes for the officer's gun. It's a very perilous situation for any cop. It's kind of a policeman's nightmare. The assailant grabs a hold of his firearm.
Okay, really try to get this gun out of there.
Okay.
Go.
So basically what's going to happen here is he's going to cover his gun so I can't grab it. As my arm's extended, he's going to draw that Karambit. Going to slash right through. He can slash through my bicep, my forearm. If he wants to, that's it. We cut across the throat. There's a quick kill. You know, also, if he wants, in this situation, you can use the Karambit. You can press into the joint. The joints are good control points of the body. So when he brings it down, you can clear my hand here. That's it. Up here, if he deems fit, pop a few rounds. Maybe not such a good idea.
Cut you with that air again.
Yeah, see?
Oh shit, what happened?
Yeah. So once again, you know, even though it's a trainer, you know, still gotta be kind of careful. Good thing it's a blunt weapon, but you know, it's still steel. So I'm getting a little bit of scratches and marks here. But like I said, as we've already demonstrated with the Karambit, the thing is so damn sharp. Right now, that one little pry down with that blade would have severed right through my tendons, right through my bicep. And there's no way I'm getting at that weapon now. It's done.
Why would a cop use that level of force in this situation?
I'm not a police officer myself, but I imagine if a police officer needed to be this, they're worried that they're gonna lose their life.
You know, it's bad enough to lay a hand on any officer is already a criminal offense. And to go for the weapon, well, now you're talking about a life-death situation. So in this situation, the officer would be fearing for his life and also the lives of other civilians in the area. So to take it to this level, it can be deemed extremely necessary. You know, like, you're in a fight for your life if that guy gets that gun.
So in this situation, I have my target, there's a gun on the table, I've run out of bullets, I can grab my Karambit, I've been training with it so I can effectively use it to take out the target instead of having to reload. So say my weapon just stopped, and I just slit his throat. Can't really see it because of the tape, it's about 1 inch deep, so there's a good opportunity of cutting the jugular and the carotid arteries. Definitely his windpipe, so he's not even going to be able to talk. This guy's going to be drowning in his own blood. So as you can see here, like definitely have some pretty decent cuts. Went right through all the meat, as you can see right there. The reason this is an option is because this knife is so deployable, it's single-handed and it is fast. As fast as you can throw a punch, you can grab this and you can thrust. Not everybody gets a pistol, so this is a great secondary weapon.
Does everybody get a knife?
Not everybody's issued a knife either, so if you buy one of these, then you got your knife.
Do you think it's versatile enough to carry in a combat situation, truly?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, like, why not, right? I mean, anything that can help your situation, whether you think you're gonna use it or not, is gonna help you. I mean, for example, in Afghanistan, I carried a pistol for 7 months. I didn't even have to use it, but it's there as a secondary weapon system. All right, we're gonna try this again one more time. So as you can see here, right through the center of the throat, I'm down 1.5 to 2 inches. I got lots of depth on the blade there. That was really quick. This guy wouldn't have had a chance to react. He is definitely going down from a cut like that.
It's because the arc of the Karambit, as you can see, it's shaped after like a tiger's claw. So Mother Nature has come up with a very effective way for curving the arc of that blade. So it cuts very deep. You get lots of torque with the motion and the shape of this blade. It's the most deadly close quarter combat knife that you could ever own. And right here, if you notice, the blade ticked here, probably took a chunk out of the bone of the clavicle. It's going to be a very nasty wound. This guy is in serious trouble. He's probably got a few seconds of life left in him. His fight's over.
How did that feel?
Doesn't matter because he's not going to live anyways.
How did that feel for you though? Tell us about that experience. Like you've never done that.
This is the first time I've actually attempted this situation. We were actually just trying to think of combat scenarios today. This was one that I came up with. As you can see, super effective. Within less than 2 seconds, I was able to put my weapon down, draw and slash this guy's throat. You can't draw a pistol and aim it in that much time.
And basically, let's say I'm a bouncer or something at a bar, and I'm telling this person they have to leave, they're causing too much trouble, you know, and I'm asking them to leave the bar, and the guy gets upset and he decides to draw his weapon. Well, Ryan draws his weapon, see, and then I have to be able to parry his attack, draw my knife, and not get stabbed, right? So just like that, as soon as his knife comes out, I have to have that kind of timing where I'm going to get his blade out of the way and get mine in and get my cut. Okay, so when he comes out, right, bam, boom, here I am, okay?
Try it again. Why is it important that he draws first?
Oh, because it's, we're talking about a self-defense scenario, so I'm not aware of if he even has a weapon or if he's going to draw a weapon. And when he draws his, I have to have enough skill and timing where I can parry that hand out of the way and make it safe for myself. And then if I have my own weapon, see now I'm drawing my own blade, and now I can do my own damage here. All that needs to happen is for the little clip to catch on fabric, and you draw it like so. So as long as this clip catches on the inside, like so, on the fabric, you draw it like so.
So right now we have our training simulator set up. We have some ribs, we have some clothing, simulated organs beneath that. Sean's gonna take a few stabs at the simulator, see what kind of damage he can do, if he can get through the ribs, if it gets stuck on bone, just so you get a really good idea of how effective this knife is if you're going for chest and thorax shots with it.
All right, so like Ryan was saying, here's our test dummy here. All right, we have the rack of ribs right under here. We have the simulated heart under here, so we got a nice red pepper. I'm gonna try to cut through, bypass all the ribs, puncture the heart, or it could be the lung, whatnot. We just want to see how effective this this blade is getting through all these obstacles. We actually have so it's actually doubled up with the cloth. All right, so I'm gonna draw the weapon, right? Let's do it from the complete wave function here. I just want to pass through, boom, ripping it. So there we go. So there's a few gashes there.
Ryan, get in here.
Yeah, I'm right here. That's pretty cool. Clothing, really hard to cut through clothing, especially when it's loose like this. As you can see, he cut between the ribs, no problem, went deep into the heart, or the pepper as we have it. Everything inside the torso, kaput. this guy is done. If this was a heart, this guy would be dead. He'd be dead way before an ambulance or anything like that showed up. Being a medic, there's nothing I could even do for him.
In this scenario too, the way the jacket was put on, we put it on backwards just so that we could fix it to our dummy here. But we also had the hood, so we actually had like several layers of clothing underneath this dummy. So the initial cut did cause a little bit more problem, but after a few more slashes, it was just devastating.
I just wanted to see if I could cut through the ribs too, or if that was an anomaly. We're not going to be using these ribs unless somebody gets hungry. Yeah, I cut that rib right now.
What? Really?
Yeah. So there's a rib right there. What else? Did I just cut through the one? Yeah, so I just cut through one rib, no problem. It wasn't
Like
even
an actual rib?
Yeah, there's a rib right there. There's the marrow, hard part, so it's not going in. And there's the meat. If you come here, you can see like perfect cross-axis cut in there. But yeah, you can see it cut through the, not through the bones, but you can see that it's cut into the bone, actually quite deep too. So there you can see partial cut through that bone. I mean, you're getting really, really deep cuts every single time. It's not even getting caught up on the bones or anything like that.
It's considered, some people consider it the lightsaber of all combat knives, because of the shape of it, it tends to bounce and kind of glide right over, just creating a nice smooth incision the whole way. And yeah, it does get caught at the odd time, and if it does get caught, what happens, another really cool thing about this knife is, let's say I get caught inside the bone here, right? So here I just thrust inside the bone. What I'm going to do is you just turn it, and when you turn inside the blade or inside the bone, you're basically going to spread the bone and shatter it, right? And then you can rip it out. Okay, so when comparing a straight edge blade to the Karambit, one of the benefits of the Karambit is, of course, the weapon retention, because it's much easier to hold onto the weapon when you're passing through something. And also, it's the massive amount of torque that you will get. With the straight edge blade, you can come through and cut, but with the Karambit, I'm going to get much more torque, and the hook is going to allow me to rip through this piece of meat effortlessly. So if I cut through the straight blade, that, not a bad cut. It's down. Now if I do the same cut with the Karambit, right, up and through, right, as you can see, it's much deeper. I pretty much just about pass right through the entire abdomen here.
You're going through every layer that's protecting your body with the Karambit, whereas the straight edge wound, I mean, that's not even life-threatening as far as I'm concerned.
Rolling. Whoa.
Okay. Pretty good. Once again, we demonstrated some of the long-range tactics for Karambit, just picking and slashing at the attacker's arm. With a few simple techniques, it doesn't have to be complicated to be effective, right? As you can see, you know, just a few hacks and slash, you can draw it instantly, and you know, you're going to be able to fend somebody off pretty quick with this knife. Okay, if you like this video, if you learn anything from this video, please make sure that you hit like and subscribe in the top corner, and stay tuned for our next episode of Funker Tactical. So this is one of our Karambit techniques where I'm passing, basically training all different concepts and aspects and basics that we have. And I'm working on the offensive, whereas Ryan's learning the defensive motions for the technique and all the different.
On this episode, I'm going to show you the combat and law enforcement applications of the tourniquet. Hey, so what are you doing here?
You know, officer, I'm just like hanging out, you know, me and the boys, you know, just, you know, everything's cool, you know, no trouble here.
Rolling.
On this episode, I'm going to show you the combat applications of the...
Okay.